There was loud protest in the Lok Sabha today. Opposition MPs raised slogans of Narendra surrender against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The protest created chaos in the House and the proceedings were disturbed for some time. Opposition leader also accused Speaker Om Birla of working under pressure from the government. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amit Shah is scheduled to address the House later today. The issue has increased political tension between the government and the opposition. MPs continued shouting slogans during the session. The war involving United States, Israel and Iran has entered its 12th day. According to reports, around 140 American soldiers have been injured during the fighting while 7 soldiers have died. The conflict has caused heavy destruction inside Iran. Iranian officials say that nearly 8,000 homes have been damaged in the attacks. The country also claims that more than 1,300 people have died so far. At the United Nations, Iran's ambassador Amir Saeed Iravani said that about 9,600 civil areas were targeted during the attacks. These places included houses, hospitals, market, medicine centers and schools. Meanwhile, Iran says it launched missile attack on Israel cities like Haifa, Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. The situation remains tense as the conflict continues. The Reserve Bank of India has released a new draft rule to give relief to victims of digital banking fraud. The proposal will apply to online payment and card-based transactions from 1st July 2026 if approved. Under the plan, people who lose money due to online fraud of up to Rs 50,000 may receive compensation. The bank may refund 85% of the loss or a maximum of Rs 25,000, whichever is lower. However, this benefit will be given only once in a person's lifetime. Victims must report the fraud within 5 days to their bank and also inform the Cybercrime Helpline 1930. The RBI says the rule aims to increase safety and trust in digital payments as online banking and card transactions are growing rapidly across India. The Supreme Court of India has said that the time has come to implement the Uniform Civil Code in the country. The court made these remarks while hearing a petition that challenged some provision of the Muslim Personal Law Shariat Application Act 1937. The petition claimed that some section of the law create discrimination against Muslim women. During the hearing, the court said that deciding whether to implement the Uniform Civil Code is the responsibility of Parliament, not the court. The Uniform Civil Code means that all citizens would follow the same set of civil laws for matters like marriage, divorce and inheritance regardless of religion. The issue has been debated in India for many years and often becomes a major political and social discussion. Senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi attended the wedding of a farmer's daughter in Medina village of Sonipat, Haryana on Tuesday morning. The farmer Sanjay Malik had earlier met Rahul Gandhi 3 years ago when the Congress leader visited his field and drove a tractor during paddy planting. On Tuesday, when Rahul reached the village around 10:15 am, his mobile phone accidentally slipped from his hand and he got out of the car. With the help of his security team, he picked it up. Local villagers welcomed him by placing a traditional Haryanvi turban on his head. As he entered the wedding house, young villagers greeted him loudly with Ram Ram Rahul Bhai. Rahul smiled, folded his hands and greeted them warmly before joining the wedding ceremony. The war between the US-Israel alliance and Iran has entered its 11th day. US President Donald Trump said American forces attacked and destroyed 16 Iranian boats in the Strait of Hormuz. According to the US, these boats were placing sea mines in the water. The US military command shared a video of the strike on social media. Trump warned that America will carry out even stronger attacks if Iran continues such action. Iran reacted strongly and said it is not afraid of US threats. Iranian officials said their country will defend itself. Tension in the Middle East are rising as the conflict continues. A report claims a Chinese satellite company tracked US military location before Iran's missile strike. According to the claim, the company used satellite data to monitor American position in the region. It is said the firm shared information about the possible attack even before the first missile was fired at Iran. The report has raised concern about the role of private satellite companies in global conflicts. Experts say satellite technology is now powerful and can quickly track movement and activities on the ground. A statue showing US President Donald Trump and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in a Titanic pose has been installed at the National Mall. The installation appeared in the US capital, Washington, D.C., and quickly drew attention from visitors and media. Photos of the statue spread widely on social media. The artwork has sparked debate and controversy because of Epstein's criminal history and the political message behind the display. Officials are reviewing the situation as discussion continue around the unusual installation. India's stock market saw a big fall today. The Sensex dropped around 1,000 points and was trading near 77,250. The Nifty also fell about 250 points during the session. Heavy selling was seen in banking and auto sector stocks. Many big companies in these sectors lost value as investors booked profit and remained cautious. Market experts say global tension and weak investor sentiments also affected trading. Due to this pressure, both major indices stayed in the red throughout the day. Investors are watching the market closely. Young Indian cricketer Abhishek Sharma played an important innings in the ICC T20 World Cup final and scored a quick half-century. His aggressive batting helped India team to put pressure on New Zealand team. After the match, former Pakistan cricketer Basit Ali praised the young batter and said he wished Pakistan had 2 or 3 players like him. Basit said Abhishek's fearless style can change the game quickly. Earlier, Pakistan fast bowler Mohammad Amir had called Abhishek a slogger, suggesting he only hits big shots. However, Abhishek's performance in the final impressed many cricket experts and fans. Temperatures are rising quickly across many parts of India. Even in early March, states like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Haryana are already experiencing a strong heat during the daytime. In Rajasthan, the temperature crossed 40 degrees Celsius with Barmer recording the highest temperature of 40.6 degrees Celsius. Weather official also issued heat wave warning for 2 districts and hailstorm alerts for 19 districts. In Madhya Pradesh, the Gwalior-Chambal region recorded temperatures about 6 degrees higher than normal. According to the India Meteorological Department, the heat is expected to increase further after 15th March. On Tuesday, Dhar recorded the highest temperature in the state at around 39 degrees, while many other cities saw temperatures above 34 degrees Celsius. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.